Alright, so what's up, you guys? My name is Josh, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful holiday. I hope you all had a nice Christmas. I know I did. And I just thought I'd make a video today because I wanted to talk about my thoughts on Playmates Toys creating the Godzilla figures for 2020. And yesterday I posted two videos. I posted one of this that I got for Christmas. As you can see, some of the stuff I put got King Kong versus Godzilla from 1962. I put a couple stuff up there, as you can see. I don't know. Yeah, I have a pretty big collection, as you can see there. And and the other video that I posted was that apparently pictures had came up on Reddit showing that Walmart has already had a whole set of like Godzilla toys from Playmates set up already. And when I saw that, I was like pretty shocked. When I saw them, like they look like Bandai figures. Like honestly, like I thought it was pretty interesting. But as I was kind of scrolling down, looking through all the pictures, there were they were mixed with different results, as you can see. If you look it up, all you gotta do is just type in like Godzilla Playmates Toys for 2020. As some of you guys might not know, Jack Specific did had the rights to create the toys when Godzilla King of the Monsters came out this year. And the toys, I don't know, they kind of did its thing, and whatever, you gotta make some toys for the kids, you know what I'm saying? So now Playmates Toys has confirmed that they have the rights to create Godzilla products. And now that we saw the first couple of pictures, people were, let's just say, not too positive. I mean, you go on YouTube, there's already videos of people kind of complaining, and everybody's like, kind of, these things suck. They look like garbage. And like, let's just say these videos were not too positive on how they look. And I just thought I kind of express my thoughts because if I'm being honest, you know, they don't look bad, but they don't look good either. So let's just get down to what we saw. So we know they're gonna release a Shin Godzilla figure, which is pretty interesting. They're also gonna release Space Godzilla, Destroyer. They're gonna release Kong as a nice little figure too. They do have a couple more. They showed the back of the box too, and we saw that there might be a Gigan, and like I think somebody also said that there's supposed to be a Final Wars Godzilla figure coming out too. That's what I heard. There's no pictures of that. They only have the pictures of just those few characters. We saw Destroyer, Kong, Shin Godzilla, and Space Godzilla. And if you want to know why the reception is not positive, I mean, when you look at the pictures, they do seem a little bit off. Like, I mean, obviously, I can't really show you the pictures here because I'm doing this live, but I could explain to you in detail. So, like, it's like the sculpting. If you look at the sculpting of the figures, that's not really the issue I see. It's just kind of like the quality of the figures. Like, for an example, if you look at some of them, they look like very like have that weird plastic feel. Like they don't look nothing like Bandai. It doesn't have that quality. They just kind of look cheap. They look like they just been molded on. Like they look like bootleg figures. A lot of people are saying that they look like bootlegs, and they kind of do, but not exactly. Like I said, they don't look terrible, but they do look kind of ugly. The biggest complaint that people had is with Space Godzilla. Now that I will admit, that is a very very ugly figure. I don't know what they did. The sculpting, that's not the problem. The sculpting is not bad. Like it looks, I have it up there. It looks like kind of like a Bandai Space Godzilla figure, but they painted him like black. And they gave him like these weird orange eyes. But in his teeth, like it got like a weird like set of like white grinders. They just kind of like painted it. They didn't even bother putting on details. It just looks off. Like it's not the sculpting, it's just their quality and their paint. It's very odd. It like you could tell that they're just making this for the kids. Obviously, I mean, like I say, these are not Bandai quality. These are Playmates Toys quality. And I'm not here to criticize on how they make their toys because if I'm being honest, you see a whole ton of these videos on YouTube, and people are like, "Oh, Playmates, like they just kind of lost it. They used to have that magic, and now they just create like shit toys." And like if everybody, every company does like their own thing, and honestly, I don't think Playmates are downgrading. Their purpose is that they create kids toys. That's what they do. They've been doing that, like the Ninja Turtles, they create Ninja Turtle figures, right? They're not shit, they're just made for kids. Playmates, that's their target demographic. Because the thing with Bandai is that they'll do figures just based on anything. They do stuff based on like adult collectors, and then they do like kids' toys too. But they have like this weird sort of aesthetic where like no matter what age the toys are meant for, they're still kind of fun for everybody. I don't know if that sounds right, but like you could, like back when in the early 2000s, when the Godzilla Bandai figures became a thing, they were really popular, not just with kids, but with adults too. And that's why you don't really see these toys here in America that much. That's why they're mostly sold in Japan. And of course, Bandai redubbed them and called them the movie monster series. And that's what we got. We got like those whole set of Godzilla figures, that are based more for like collectors. You got like just recently, they've released a 1954 Godzilla from Bandai. They released a 2004 Gigan from Godzilla Final War, same for Anguirus. And remember, they were all like kids' toys originally. And, they re-released them for Godzilla's 65th anniversary. It kind of makes sense because 1954 Godzilla, that's the first. And Godzilla Final Wars was, of course, the last film in the original series. Godzilla Final Wars came out in 2004. So what I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to like compare the difference between Playmates and Bandai. Because Bandai, they got like their whole sort of weird thing going on, but Playmates, their whole idea is to create toys specifically for children. So the reason why I keep bringing that up is because a lot of people are talking about how these toys, these new Godzilla toys, look like they're like low quality. Like a lot of people said that they look like shit. There was even this one guy, I won't say his name, but he says that like Playmates is ripping off NECA and Bandai, and I'm just like, dude, really? Like honestly, like I don't care if you say that. It's your opinion, but I wouldn't say that they're stealing. I think that's going maybe a little bit too far. Playmates needs to have a stand, They need to, they've never created Godzilla toys before. This is an icon from Japan. Godzilla is not a popular character here in America. As you can obviously see with Godzilla King of the Monsters, I love that movie, and that movie flopped. It fucked so hard. And like the movie was supposed to be, I'm sorry, the next one, Godzilla vs. Kong, was supposed to come out in March, and it got delayed to November. Honestly, like, come on. Obviously, the company that made the movies, Legendary, obviously they're worried because the last movie didn't really make that much money, so they're, trying to backtrack a little bit. So that's why the movie got delayed to November. You know what I'm saying? So long story short, people are worried that there's no hope for the movie. I don't want to lose hope in that. But obviously, the toys don't really do any justice. I mean, like I say, they don't look bad. Like, if you look at Kong, like, he looks pretty decent. He looks pretty cool. Destroyer, I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50. He looks nice, but you could kind of tell he has that weird, like, kind of plastic feel to it. There's not really a lot of details within these figures. Obviously, the biggest complaint is with Space Godzilla. I already admit it. He kind of does look a little bit funny, so it's not really all that. Like I want like people to kind of like think a little bit first about these toys, because you have to understand these toys are not made for us. They're made for children. Same goes for the Jack specific toys. They're made for a certain demographic. Those toys were made for kids. They did their thing, and then that was pretty much it. Jack specific didn't really have much of a variety. They just kind of did their thing, and that's it. So that's kind of how these Playmates toys are going to play out. So, I'm willing to give it a try. Like, like, will I buy them? Yeah, like, if I see Shin Godzilla, I'll buy it. I will buy it. I'll just kind of see how it is. I will admit, though, those chompers, those teeth, oh, those are the biggest weakness. Will I buy Space Godzilla? No. I'm leaving that probably for last because obviously that toy looks whack as hell. But is it worth spending my Christmas money? Fuck no. I'm gonna buy more Bandai and Godzilla figs from NECA in the meantime. Uh, so if I see one, I'll grab one, and hopefully I'll review it. I don't know because I haven't really been doing some toy reviews lately, so it's a little bit hard to say. Next year I do plan to return doing more Ultraman figures. I had a whole bunch back here. I did not review that many of these. It's hard to review these toys because I review everything from my phone. Because right now I'm doing this live, so I'm not using my phone, obviously. But hopefully I will cover this up if I ever pick up one of these toys, and I'll talk about whether are they good or not. Because I have faith, I'm a Ninja Turtle fan too. I be buying Ninja Turtle toys like nothing. I have a whole other shelf filled with just Ninja Turtles. I'm just not showing you because, I just want to end the video right now, honestly. So like, I hope I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday. I'll keep talking about this manor. I'll keep talking more about where Playmates is going with the Godzilla toys in the future. And, hope you guys have a happy new year. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.